This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. $1 million bail granted to cops charged for Tyler's murder. The three policemen implicated in the murder of a St. Andrew Tyler after he reported them for alleged bribery were on Monday each offered $1 million bail when they appeared in the home circuit court. Corporal Miguel Ebanks and the constables Kemar Dennis and Purcell Carter were offered bail on murder and bribery charges after their case was transferred to the High Court from the Parish Court. The lawmen are scheduled to return to court on February 3. They were arrested and charged in connection to the July 16 shooting death of 49-year-old Philip Wallace. It is reported that on July 16, about 10:41 a.m., Wallace was standing in the Red Hills community when a white Toyota Axio motorcar drove up. The three accused the lawmen reportedly exited the vehicle and fired multiple shots at Wallace, killing him. It is further reported that the accused men also shot at Wallace's companion, but she escaped without injury. The accused cops are alleged to have requested money from Wallace following a raid a few days earlier. The policemen had reportedly arrested Wallace, who was in possession of half a pound of ganja, but requested $150,000 to drop the matter. A sum of $15,000 was allegedly paid over to the cops, but they reportedly charged Wallace and demanded that he pay the remainder of the requested sum to prevent the matter from proceeding to court. Wallace, however, made a report to the Constance Spring Police, and an investigation was launched into the allegations. Shortly after, he was shot and killed. Following investigations, the cops were arrested and charged. Residents stage a massive roadblock in Hanover. A massive roadblock between Grange Hill in Hanover and Glasgow in Westmoreland have left several commuters stranded. The residents are upset about poor garbage collection in the area, but foremost is the extremely poor road conditions. Residents before daylight used trees, debris, and older vehicles to block the roadway that leads from Green Island in Hanover to Grange Hill in Westmoreland. We vote for a change and me no see no changes. And me I tell you the truth, no changes are gone. The road a get worse and worse every day. Right now, not even pregnant women can travel on the road. You know see the pan them down there so we can grow fish in, stated a female resident of Kendall who goes by the name Debbie Joe. Me no have water problem. And them up the road have water problem because me live pan the level. But the garbage on the road terrible, added Debbie Joe. Some officer assigned to the Green Island Police Station, Inspector Mervyn Hodges, told the news that while the security forces understood the plight of the residents, they will maintain a presence in the area. Up to this afternoon, the roadway remained blocked, but Inspector Hodges said a team from the National Works Agency was being mobilized to clear the blockage. Presently, a team from the NWA is currently being mobilized, so the area is closed as we speak, but we will maintain our presence here until the situation becomes normal, stated Inspector Hodges. Man charged over arson attack that killed a St. Mary mother and daughter. 54-year-old Daniel Spike has been charged in relation to the arson attack in St. Mary that resulted in the death of a mother and her 4-year-old daughter. Spike, who is from Fraserwood Content in the parish, was charged on Monday with 2 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, and arson. His court date is being finalized. Rose Beecher, 38, and her daughter, Saraya Cohen, were killed in the Tuesday, October 18 arson attack. Reports from the Port Maria police are that about 3:30 a.m., Beecher was at home with her relatives when an explosion woke them up. Shortly after, the house was seen on fire. The police and the fire department were alerted, and the Beecher and other injured family members were taken to the hospital, where she later succumbed while being treated. After the fire was extinguished, the charred remains of her daughter were found among the rubble. Monkeypox vaccine now in Jamaica. Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Karen Webster Kerr has disclosed that the first doses of the monkeypox vaccines are in Jamaica. While she could not provide the exact date they arrived, the CMO said they are here and ready to be administered. She said the vaccines will be administered based on exposure to the virus. Persons would have to be willing to take it post the exposure. We would not get enough to open it up for more than that, she said. The opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Maurice Guy, recently questioned the health ministry's silence on whether the 3,500 doses, which were due in Jamaica at the end of September, had arrived and called for an update. It is incumbent on the ministry and the minister to inform the nation as to the status of the vaccination program, he said in Parliament. Jamaica has so far recorded 15 monkeypox cases. 13 were locally transmitted and 2 were imported. 1 death remains under investigation. Internet was hampering St. Elizabeth Primary School. Persistent internet outages have left the students and the staff at the Parker Mountain Primary School just west of Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth at a disadvantage as the teachers and the school administrators are struggling to meet online needs. Acting principal at the Parker Mountain Primary, Keisha Reed, told the news on Tuesday that the school has been without internet service for a week. This is against the backdrop that residents in Park Mountain had reported that internet access was restored to the area on Friday night. However, their relief was interrupted as they have been left without the service since early Monday morning. Reed said Park Mountain Primary, which has 496 students and 24 teachers, is dependent on internet access for digital learning and crucial administrative functions. It is affecting us. We have to check the correspondence from the Ministry of Education daily. We have to respond to emails. We are not able to do all of that because of the internet problems that we are currently having, Reed said. The mobile hotspot is very slow. It is not working properly. I have to keep checking the emails in the early morning and respond to what is necessary and send out the different correspondence to teachers from the early morning before I come to work, because when I get here, nothing like that can happen, she added. When contacted on Tuesday, a senior floor representative told the news that the checks were being made regarding the service outage. Reed explained that the school depends heavily on internet access. Teachers have online workshops. We would normally do some of that at school. Also, they are saying to me that the data is not strong enough and that they might have to leave earlier on some days to attend their workshops, so it is affecting us significantly, she said. As it relates to teaching and learning, it has impacted that too. The children are not at home, so they are not online, but at the same time, we normally have instructional aids that we would use in our lessons that require us to use the internet, so it has also affected that, she added. Meanwhile, unconfirmed reports suggest that this latest outage is due to vandalism. St. Thomas MP wants reckless drivers sent to dangerous driving school. With 368 people killed in motor vehicle crashes up to Tuesday, October 25, Member of Parliament for St. Thomas Eastern, Dr. Michelle Charles, is proposing that reckless drivers, in particular repeat offenders who endanger the lives of other road users, be subjected to ongoing education before they are cleared to continue driving. Her proposal is similar to what exists in the United States, where drivers found guilty of certain traffic infractions must complete a specified number of hours of driver education. Dr. Charles made the call on Tuesday during her second contribution to the State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives. We need to change the way reckless drivers think in Jamaica, and that can only be done through education, said Charles, while acknowledging that the majority of people who drive in Jamaica are safe drivers. She is calling for an amendment to the Road Traffic Act to include what she calls a mandatory JADD school, Jamaicans Against Dangerous Driving. These courses should include an accident prevention course, a drug alcohol awareness course, and a driver improvement course as well, said Charles. She is recommending that a minimum of 4 hours at the JAD school for people who receive tickets for overtaking in a manner causing obstruction to traffic. A minimum of 4 hours at the JAD school for motorists found guilty of careless driving with or without a collision. 6 to 8 hours of JAD school for speeding. 12 to 16 hours for habitual traffic offenders and reckless and dangerous drivers. Dr. Charles said motorcyclists who are listed by the Road Safety Unit as being among the most vulnerable road users must also be subjected to JAD school. While we welcome the new and improved roads in St. Thomas Eastern, we also want to ensure our safety. Imagine a country with disciplined drivers on the road, she said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.